I would never go on the stream.
Yeah, you just go crazy on the stream.
I'll kind of live there.
Yeah, did you listen to last week's episode?
Just a little bit while I was editing it. Yeah. I caught that. You're like, about maybe not even 30 minutes in, you just ran out of stuff. Like, I'll just do a battle on stream.
Well, I
You're
didn't
doing
run
play
out of
by
stuff.
play.
I thought I'd do a battle.
Okay. Well, you did. So there.
I won. So, that's what really
Okay.
matters.
That is what matters.
All right. Put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And screen mirror. Hello, civilian on base. Happy Pokemon Day to you as well. And yes, I did create that background that's on my phone. Not that anyone asked.
Joe.
Yes?
Joe. All right, we're going to do that.
Oh, I'm hatching an egg. Maybe it'll be something awesome. Or not.
That's usually the choices.
Let's get some sugar in me.
Have you reached out to Ibbot?
Mm-mm. Remind me and I'll send him a text after the episode.
I can do everything for you, Joe.
That's right. I demand so much because I know you're capable.
I'm sorry, what? Who?
All right, you're not capable? That's fine. Whatever. Hello, Squishy, Twitchy, and Kilted Pipe Guy. He said beep. Just so that you don't know, so you know that he's still a robot.
It is whatever it is. You're not the first person I didn't know their name.
Hello, Lady Jasmine.
You didn't say hello to Mr. Tambourine 19 or Thunder Muffin 227? You just hating on them or something? I'm just saying, Joe.
I'm sorry. Hello, Thunder
And
Muffin.
That's the number one rule of speeches. You don't start calling out names.
I don't see Mr. Tambourine. Is Mr. Tambourine here? Hello, Mr. Tambourine.
On my users in chat, I got Mr. Tambourine and Thunder Muffin 227.
I was just saying hi to the people that actually talked. Except I forgot Thunder Muffin, and I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I forgot Thunder Muffin on his birthday.
You are a horrible
I am a horrible, horrible man.
But did you know
the Muffin Man?
that one of the major developers on Doom was a Mormon?
Nope.
It was.
We're everywhere.
I was reading an interesting fact about it because people get stupid about Doom, right? It's like, it's devil worship stuff. It's like the furthest from it. And that was an interesting factoid is that, he was on the crew that developed Doom way back in the day. And he went to John Carmack's like, I don't have a problem with demons being in it. I mean, I forget how he phrased it. He phrased it better than I'm going to. He's like, such a religion did this, such a religion did this, Christians did this, and we're the first people to think, let's take a chainsaw to them, and it's all about fighting the devil. And like, I dig it. Some Mormons are cool. I mean, not you, but some Mormons are cool.
I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not allowed to be cool.
That's the new cool, isn't it? I don't play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know. Although you will love, your kids are definitely not old enough, so it'll be a while. But you might want to get pure clearancing in it. I mean, it's a strategy game, but it's Funko Pop Batman or DC verse, I think they call it. But it's Batman and Robin and Harley Quinn, Harley Quinn and Joker in the big kit, and it's the 100 base. And you come the game board is two different game boards, so you have two different areas you can play in, and there's all different scenarios. But the idea is not to take out the bad guy. The idea is to be strategic about how to win. So sometimes like capture the flag type.
Funkoverse strategy game DC 100 4-pack.
Yep, that's it. I picked it up on sale at Target
How
online.
Much did you pay for it?
$10.
$10 on Target.com.
Yeah, that and this was last week and a half ago.
I'll have to check and see if that is.
But if you look around, it's been clearanced in a bunch of different places. Not the store. The same weekend I went to Target.com and bought it for $10. In the store, it was still $40. But if you can get it for $10 or $15, it's worth holding on to. Because my youngest are 6 and 8.
I think you'd be surprised at how much my kids.
They would need help, but they would play.
So
but it's strategy. It's straight up.
My older boy loves like Stratego and loves Munchkin.
Then this would be a game. Then I got that for 10. I got the booster pack with Robin and Catwoman for 12. And then I went out of my way. That's where you'd probably stop. Well, they're coming out with Jurassic Park versions, and if you don't like that, yeah. But I think they're retiring the Batman one for right now, and about to launch the Jurassic Park ones. But I went hunting for the Rick and Morty set and found that. They can all be interchanged.
What does that alert mean? Comantis is raiding with a party of 13.
Hey, Comantis. He sent us 13 people to watch our show. That's what that means.
Awesome.
Woot, woot. Thank you,
Welcome
Comantis.
to the stream, Dave the Maori as well, and Fabian.
And we're just getting prepared to get started. About 4 more minutes, and we're going to kick it off live here. So stick around. We're going to talk a bunch of news. You're going to see Joe's character not do a whole lot because we don't spoof, so it's going to sit there. But thanks. We appreciate the raid, and we appreciate. Now I got to go follow Comantis because that was just awesome. I can't. I have to look up Comantis apparently. There it is.
Good night, Comantis.
All right, I'm going over to Comantis's page, and I'm going to hit follow. Boom. Following since 13 seconds ago. Look at me.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Okay. I got all the notes in, including one you missed.
I missed one?
You did. I put it at the bottom.
I don't miss anything.
Well, you didn't put it in the notes because apparently you didn't think it was worthy. So it is. All right. Yeah. So I guess we can go ahead and kick this off if you're ready.
All right, let's do this.
Let me get the recording going here.
Oh, yeah. I'll start my video recording that we never use.
And never hurts to have it back up. Welcome to Pokémon GO Podcast, where we talk about all the awesome sauce and some of the not so awesome things that happen in the week. I'm the Rock God of Podcasting, Charles McFall, and I'm back. I'm back to keep Joe from going, hey, this is Joe. We're doing slow jazz for Pokemon Go. Joe.
Oh, I said smooth.
How you doing?
I said smooth jazz.
You may have said smooth, but everything in your body said slow. So I'm just saying. How you doing, Joe? It's good to be back, man.
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
That's awesome. Not really, but moving on. No, I don't know. I'm in a mood tonight. I fired up. I missed a week. I've got 2 weeks of giving Joe crap built up in me now. So we've got some adventures of the week going on, and I've got to go through my pictures.
But do you even remember what you did this last week in Pokemon Go?
That's why I take screenshots of it, because no, I do not. I do know I missed the community day 100%. I don't remember what was going on, but I had stuff.
You had stuff.
I had stuff going on. But what about you? Did you do community day?
Very much so. Of course I did.
Was it you or somebody else that posted that they thought they were going to miss it, but ended up catching some shiny at the end?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay, you must have been tagged in it or something on Twitter. So I did. I got a heap more in the wild, so I finally got that one, and I evolved up to Miss Magius. I got that going on, and finally got me a Shelmet. I found that one the other
About
day.
time. Took you long enough.
It did take me long enough. It was nasty raining. And I was like, what is that? I might as well drive over there and find out. And it was a Shelmet. And that's about it. I really wanted to do the community day. I know it's family something. We had something going on Saturday that I ended up not being able to go out. But I wanted, because I need that Rhyperior. But this is the perfect time to get the candies and maybe even get a shiny. And I did not. But what about you, Joe? You said you caught a lot. How many shinies did you come home with?
4. I came home with 4 shinies.
Why?
And
Why your Rhyperior? Are these people you're going to give them to?
no.
You just name a Rhyperior Mary for no apparent reason.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
Well, I used to name like everything, and so those are actually some older ones that were already named, and I just. Well, I mean, look at this Rhyhorn that's randomly named Madonna. Or
yeah.
not Rhyhorn, sorry, it's Rhydon. But yeah, and that I named that before. I must have named it before gender came out because it's a male. It's a male Rhydon named Madonna.
Right on, Madonna. Pokemon at your feet. I don't know. We're gonna move on.
But yeah, so I've got, what is that, 8 Rhyperior, and I think only one
shiny.
One was before
Okay.
the community day move. I think so. I think all of them have Rock Wrecker, and most of them. Also, I bought the second move on them.
Okay.
So
Superpower.
yeah, I'm gonna have to try them out in various things. I've left one just below 2,500 to try out in Master, or not Master League, in Ultra League. So
I got you. Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind you holding on to one of those for DragonCon. I mean, I wouldn't complain. Trimmy and the live chat. We do record this podcast live on twitch.tv/Pokemon GO Podcast at 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. And Trimmy IRL in real life, it says, I'm looking to start playing this game today. Is it too late or is it still popular? Absolutely, it's still popular. There's more in this game than there ever was before. You got shows like us and other shows out there that will help you out and answer your questions. We've got a great community here live and in Discord that will help guide you along the way. So by all means, I mean, it's never too late to jump into a game like this.
And if you ever want to know how popular it is, just check out some pictures from some of the live events.
Or just Google Pokemon is dead. And you'll see there's like 50 billion headlines. The more headlines that says dead, the more it's not dead.
That's true too.
Yeah. Mac Prime made it out live tonight. What is that?
Man, we got a ton of people here tonight. I'm loving it.
What are those?
I'm loving it.
Do.
Bum, bum.
So other than your showing off of your Rhyperiors, which honestly he looks like a 5-star epic boss in that form. What anything else outside of that going on? I see you got a lot of catches. But anything new? Anything special?
Nothing crazy special. You did miss last week. I mentioned that I got a shiny Caterpie, so that's fun.
You need to kill some Rhyhorns, man.
I do. It's true.
An infestation.
I'm actually running pretty low on space. Oh, during Community Day, I did do a Clink raid, so that's pretty fun. I can actually...
look at that.
Yeah. I still need a bunch more candies, though. I've got enough to evolve it once, but not to its final form. I can't go full freeze on it yet.
So we are moving on to, don't laugh when I type in the chat room and leave silence on the podcast. Everybody's going to feel jealous and have to come out and watch what's going on.
I just assumed you were deadpanning my joke about Frieza.
I was actually dead painting the bot that's in the chat. But so before we move on to the headlines, we'd like you to know this episode of Pokemon Go Podcast is brought to you by Eric W., Jose C., and other awesome patrons that support us. You can go support the show over at patreon.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. Join that Discord and get some other awesome things that go along with it. And we appreciate everybody who helps us out with that. So let's start off with the not so awesome sauce, which I guess for you and me, we don't raid. I'm not raid. We don't PvP, but I know this is not awesome for a whole lot of people. Season 1 of PvP.
So you're just gonna skip your own Adventures of the Week. You're gonna skip Discord.
I told you.
The week.
Y'all want to fuss that I don't pay attention to the show? I actually led with the things that I did with the photos that talked about Heat more. Talked about Heat more. Nicole, not in the chat. Don't ban Joe in the chat. Ban him from the camera. Ban him from you know what? I got the mute button.
That's true. It was just such a pathetic experience. I've already forgotten.
I'm sorry. I have real life stuff going on. It's happened.
But
yeah, can we talk about this now, Joe?
No, we can't. All right, fine. Don't you want to know the experiences of the week from Discord? You talked about how to get into the Discord.
I did forget the Discord because your experience was like, no, I got a bunch of Rhyperiors and man, like I got a picture, I got this, I got that. You're like, I don't even listen to you. Gotta move on. Fine. Do experiences of the week in the Discord.
AKA what Terry and friends did. So Terry got himself.
That's our children's version spinoff. Terry and Friends.
I don't think that would be child friendly. So Terry got a shiny Alolan Vulpix. Fabian showed off his 4 shiny Rhyhorns. Well, he evolved 2 of them, one into a Rhydon and one into a Rhyperior from Community Day. And showed off a bunch of other Rhyperiors. Looks like he got 9 Rhyperiors total. Terry got himself a shiny Riolu. And people are calling these Nundos, 0% Pokemon. So
okay.
He got a quote-unquote Nundo party hat Eevee. We all know how much you love Eevee with accessories. He got a new Beldum, 98%. Well, he says it's 98%. That's not 98%. But anyway, it is a 3-star Beldum. And then Popeye got himself a shiny Nidoran female. So good stuff. Good stuff.
I thought you were going to go through all of Terry's things. Because Terry, does a bajillion things. Okay, all right.
All the stuff he posted anyway.
Now are we delaying season 1 or just
so we're delaying everything. Everything is being delayed, don't you know? Don't you know? But yes, season 1 is being delayed. As far as I know, they haven't actually announced when. They've just stated that yes, there is going to be a delay.
Yeah, so all that build up, all that extra 3 minutes of build up for you, they're not ready yet.
Yeah, because let's face it, they've got a lot of issues to iron out still before they can even try to claim that they are ready to be an e-sport, quote unquote. So
is that do you think that's really where they're going with that?
I think so, and I don't know how I feel about that. Simply because while they make games, they aren't really a gaming company. We've talked about this before. In reality, they're an AR company.
Right, but I'm talking about with the PvP season, because you mentioned that game, sports gaming, whatever you said, esports.
Yeah, they are trying to get into that.
They do stuff like that. They have the world Oh, what's it called? It's not just a trading card game. The World Championships or something.
Oh, you mean you're talking about for Pokemon?
Yeah, for Pokemon in general, the Pokemon Company, Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So,
they've got worldwide tournaments for the video games
so do you
for the
think that
card games.
maybe they're wanting to rock this on to a esports level someday?
That's what it seems like, but I mean, I'm sure that there will be a niche there. People will want it. Maybe it's just I don't care, but I'm sure there are people that are very excited about this. They're very, very excited. I am not one of those people.
No, I like playing it when I remember it's there, which isn't very often, and it worked okay back in. I know that's like the other 50 bigger. Well, maybe not 50%, but it's another big chunk of what Pokemon's all about. It's not just collecting them; it's fighting other collectors on it. So I'm glad that they're trying to get it right because we know when they launch something that's not right, it breaks the game as a whole for everybody. And then secondly, the world goes crazy.
Yep.
So now
And
again,
it's Pokemon, so people will play.
yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, get it right and we'll wait for it. I know there's probably people really biting at the bit for it, but I think everybody wants it to be right when it comes out. I vaguely remember this story last year. I don't know much about it, so I'm going to read the backstory. Then you can set up what is happening now. But YouTube personality Etika, also known as Desmond Amofa, was beloved by fans for his Nintendo content. He called his fans the Joy-Con Boys, named, of course, after the Switch controllers. Last year, he was tragically found dead in June after being reported missing. He struggled publicly with mental health issues. His disappearance was preceded by a YouTube video in which he discussed suicidal thoughts. So a bunch of his fans came together to memorialize him. And a friend of the show, Reversal, has actually been campaigning to do this thing that's actually about to happen. So, Joe, what's about to happen?
Yeah, so Pokemon Go, and not about to happen, it has happened. There is now a Pokestop at the Etika Memorial in Brooklyn. So that is pretty.
Now, did Niantic actually do this, or do you think somebody through the Submit a Stop program did this?
I kind of doubt that they intentionally did this, but I think it was
Yeah.
through the Find. I keep forgetting whether it's Finder or Wayfarer.
Yeah, I think it's way fairer. But yeah, that I mean, because I'm looking at it, it's a great
It is
memorial,
Wayfarer.
and it suits everything that a stop wants. It's public, it's easy access, it's a site that is easily seen and can be visited. Either way, it's a good thing for his fans and for the community. And so there you go. And if you go to Brooklyn, New York, you can spin that stop and see that memorial.
Yep.
Yeah, Nicole and Fabian are all going way fairer. So from now on, we shall dub it Wayfinder. Just because, I cannot get it right. This is my contract to not get it right. And I did get it right, so I have to fix it. All right, now on to some visuals, which are great for the podcast. But if you are listening to this podcast, and many of you do, we thank you very much for listening to this podcast. You can go to Pokemon GO Podcast.com, and in the show notes, we'll have all these links so you too can see the infographics as well. We'll start with the Armored Mewtwo infographic. And I still don't even have an Armored Mewtwo. I don't know if I'm going to try because I really tried hard for Mewtwo. And then went, yeah, not even like that was a lot of work for something that. So, okay.
So the trouble with Armored Mewtwo is that because he's so tanky, it actually really takes 5 people to, unless they're high level players, it's going to take 5 people to take it down. And I actually ran into this issue today at work. We tried 2 different times with 4 people each time, but it was 4 different people, with me being the common denominator between the 2 groups, and we just couldn't take it down. Now, the first time we tried, one person disconnected, so we really were trying with 3, which is next to impossible. So, yeah. Yeah, my group at work, we need 5, but then again, a lot of them are still mid 30s in level, so they're not exactly high hitting people. But yeah, and he's actually Armored Mewtwo. A lot of people are like, "Oh, he sucks. He sucks." He's actually pretty decent for PvP, because he's tankier than Mewtwo specifically. But yeah, so this infographic that
He
we
looks cool.
yeah, yeah, he does. But this infographic, it's actually a different style than what we normally use. It's not the
Yeah.
flork of cows, but I like it. I like
This is
it.
from user Eric90 posted it. It's from GoHub
Yeah,
at
it's
Arnhart 2018. Looks
yep,
like.
at Orange Heart 2018.
Yep.
And so basically, what you're going to want to use is dark or ghost type moves. And they specifically mention Darkrai, Giratina, um, Hydreigon, Chandelure, Gengar, and then Mewtwo with Shadow Ball. And then it has on the bottom as good alternatives Double Dark type Tyranitar, Weavile, and Honchkrow.
That's gonna be my next metal band, Double Dark Type Tyranitar. It's the name of my band.
Double Dark type.
Yeah. Um, when did Hydreigon come out? Because I don't recognize that one.
Um, it doesn't surprise me that you don't recognize him. He hasn't been out for he's been out for a little while, but he's rare.
I
So,
gotcha.
because he's the evolved form of Dino.
Oh, all right. Oh, I got another Cranidos. I got like 2 or 3 Cranidoses. I've had one forever, and it's been my buddy. It's the only one I've seen. And then I actually captured 2 or 3 recently, not this week necessarily, but down there reminded me because Granados is hard to get to. And I haven't seen. Actually, I probably have seen a dot. I'm gonna go look at my decks. I've probably seen 1 or 2 or 20, and haven't caught any of them. But that's really cool evolved form. So yeah, that's a nifty infographic if you're going to go after Mewtwo. Yeah. Why is he headbanging at a 90s metal concert?
Because I keep tapping on him.
Oh, you're actually making it do that. That's funny. So we talk about code mining quite a bit, and we're going to talk more about it tonight. This is the first time I think we've had a code mining infographic.
Yeah, and we actually have 2 posts here that cover the same information. One is infographic form, and the other is in text form. But yeah, I was really digging this infographic, so I thought I'd post it on there as well. But in the code mine, they actually found a couple, 3 specifically, safari zones mentioned that have not been announced. So we don't know. We don't have any other details other than supposed city names that will be available. So we've got Goyang, and I have no idea where that is. Do you know where that is?
Those like South Korea.
Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
Goyang, South Korea. Monterey.
All right. That was that. I'm not the greatest at world flags. Somebody in the chat will help us out. Monterey, Monterey.
Is that Mexico?
I don't think so.
I think it is.
You think?
Rocketti says yes.
All right. Well, there
It
you
is
go.
Mexico. And
No,
then
he says it's Mexico. See, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's Mexico, which is everybody knows is Texas because it's right next to Mexico.
Mexico. next to Mexico.
Yeah.
So
okay, so Monterey, that's nice. That's a good South American area to get to.
And
of course, we know about Philly, and then Seville. I got this one.
Do you got it?
Almost. I remember.
Is it in Antarctica?
No.
It's in Spain.
Is it Spain? Yeah, I kept wanting to say France. Like, no, not France. Next to France. Okay, Spain. Fine.
So yeah, so these have all been announced, and we do already announced, or not, I guess, sorry, these have not been announced. These have been found. The ones that have been announced are Liverpool, Philadelphia, and St. Louis.
And we know Barry Folks is going to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Which
would- I'm really, I'm
that
really
was
thinking about it,
announced
man.
this past week, which I should have put in our show notes, but I didn't. The actual post, but the one in Philadelphia is going to be happening May 8th to May 10th. So that weekend there, and they've announced some of the details with it. They've got Voltorb, Alolan Sandshrew, Unknown P, Bronzor, Rufflet, and more. So basically, it's very much a steel type theme there. And then Voltorb will have his shiny made available, and the what his shiny looks like is instead of the red, it becomes blue, and that's for him and Electrode.
Okay. That's cool.
Yep, yep. And well, if you were hoping to
I look
go,
at these
the
seasonal
tickets are
forums.
probably already gone since they went
Nope,
on
they're
sale.
available. And
Are
they're
they still?
available for Friday and Sunday. Saturday is sold out.
Okay.
I'm looking right now at it.
Yeah, because they went on sale earlier this week. So, which
Yeah.
ironically,
We text Barry.
there's a chance that I might be in Philadelphia the next month, but not that month.
I'm gonna hit Barry up. I usually don't do this kind of thing mid-show, but if I'm going to go, I got to make that call like very soon. So I need to see. I know he's going. Let me see if I can coordinate with him.
There you go.
This is interesting. Now I don't know if the game has a precedent, like Pokemon in general has a precedent for this. Obviously, our game doesn't. But instead of shinies, we're getting seasonal forms, possibly of the Deerling, which is interesting, right?
Yep. Yeah, so Deerling does have different seasonal forms, which in the code dive they found, the four forms: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And yes, it is autumn. So all you, all
Not
of us,
fall.
yeah, all of us English or rather American people who call it fall, autumn.
Autumn.
Which I'm kind of surprised these didn't come out during the winter event because I thought weren't there deerlings in the background on the loading screen?
I don't
I'm per
remember.
I'm gonna reload my game right now just to check, but I'm pretty sure there's deerlings in the back right corner on the loading screen. Yeah, there are. So I'm kind of surprised that these aren't already out. But anyway, and
That's how things go, right?
yep. And apparently, we're going to be able to get more Pokecoins as well, specifically from research tasks. There's a quote unquote daily research completed that we can get Pokecoins from.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but it's probably going to be something like 50 or less, like just like the stops.
well, yeah, because for when the game first launched, you could get 100 a day. Then they cut it down to 50. Maybe we're getting the 50 back from research tasks. Maybe. I mean, it's been what 3 years.
It's going to be 5. You get 5 coins for completing the dailies. Let's see. I'm not now. I went and jumped to the Silph Road post where it has more information. Rocket 5, the Shadowy Threat Continues quest dialogue has been found. Miscellaneous new quests for catching and gifting. Best Buddy Badge text updates. And an Apple sign in, which we know there's a Google. And is there a Facebook? Because I know there's a trainer and a Google, but I know you can connect to Facebook. Is there a Facebook sign in? Because I haven't had to sign in forever.
There is a Facebook sign in, and I haven't had to sign in forever either.
Yeah. So now they're adding potentially an Apple sign in. Apple login button. That's all it says. So they're adding additional ways to log in and create accounts. It's interesting. They found text that says explore responsibly.
I wonder if it's just new warning codes.
Yeah, it's about time to kind of change those out, shift them up a little bit. So, nothing super crazy, but some cool stuff. Some cool
I don't know. Those 3 unannounced safari zones.
Yeah, no, I was thinking those are in the really cool cool stuff right
Yeah,
there.
that's a bit crazy. So, bum,
Uh,
bum, bum.
Big show. Oh, Joe, I see the title you suggested.
It wasn't. It
Right.
wasn't me. I may have submitted it, but it was really Fabian.
I am disappointed.
And in case it doesn't end up being the title for our
And
podcast
it will not
listeners,
be the title for the podcast.
the title that was submitted was Charles McAutumn.
Yes.
That's your new your British name.
So look, there's a TGR special research because nobody knows what TGR means. I sure don't. Joe, what is all this talk about here?
Team Go Rocket. That's what TGR means. Just FYI.
What's the research?
No, the research that you can do every month where you fight Team Rocket and you get Shadow Legendary. That's what they're talking about here. Did you forget about it?
I kind of blanked it out because I'm like, oh, if I see a rocket, I'm still like 4 pieces of 6 on my second radar. So, it's not that I forgot as much as I didn't care. But people do care.
Yeah, so you have to beat a minimum of 20, 23 before you can even meet Giovanni? Or is it 20? Do you get one? Do you get a piece from Giovanni? I haven't actually fought Giovanni because I don't really care about this, to be honest. But, yeah, you gotta beat all of these Team Rocket people. Then you've gotta get through the different stages. You've got to fight the leaders, and then you've got to fight Giovanni, and yeah. So all in all, this person's just like, look, this is way too much effort.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort.
I
mean, let's just talk about problem 1 real quick, and we can kind of highlight the solutions. But you're talking about the 23 Team Rocket Crunch before you can even meet Giovanni. They spelled it M-E-A-T. Meet Giovanni. I'm gonna eat you. However, if you're a regular player or casual, they really mean filthy casual is what they mean, and that's me, who doesn't read everything on the internet prior to going outside. It can easily go up to 32 or more. As if you didn't save any shadow Pokemon from last month, if you failed to catch any shadow Pokemon, or if your item bag was full, if you've already used your rocket radar on some of the other bosses first before you it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
So what are you going to do about it, Joe?
Well, what they're going to do about it is...
Well, they're not going to do about it. What are some
They're not going to do anything because they charge money to get the rocket radars. So if you don't want to grind, you got to put money into it. That's basically what they're boiling down to. So, but yeah.
Have you met Giovanni at this point yet?
No.
See, Rocketti disagrees. Rocketti says, no, it's not. It's so easy. Carry on, Rocketti. He goes, only if you beat a grunt, beat 6, and you can battle a leader.
Yes, 6 that's true.
Leaders.
You beat 6. You beat what? 6 grunts.
Okay.
And
did you get the pieces?
And so, I suppose it's not that it's hard. It's
Rocketti's coming hard though. 8-year-olds are
time consuming.
So you beat, but don't you have to beat all 4 leaders?
Yeah. So it's a monthly special research. It's got different stages. Part of the stages is to beat each of the leaders, Sierra, Cliff, and Arlo. And then
you got to do it in the same month that you started all this.
Yes. Well, you don't have to. You can do it over time, but you get the reward for the current month. So even if you started it, if it takes you 3 months, you only get whatever the reward was for the newest one. So, but yeah, and Mr. Tambourine puts in plus. You have to care.
I know. I was laughing at that. That's. Now I do feel a little good because I never put anybody down, so that's not what I'm doing. But I there's a whole lot I can't do in this game or don't do, and it's like whatever. But I've actually beat a leader, so I'm a little proud of myself. I mean, it took 3 different times. I fought Cliff like twice and Sierra once. And I beat Sierra. No, I fought her twice, but I powered up my Pokemon the second time. played the same Sierra and beat her because I looked up the counters to Hermon, but I was able to beat her. So I'm actually a little proud that I did actually take a leader down. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do the 23, 24 grunts to get the 4 leaders to get the, but I'm okay with that. But if you're trying to do it and you're trying to grind it out, I can see where it's a lot. I mean, Rocky said 8-year-olds are doing it. You know, it does come down to how much you want to play the
and
game.
like I said, it's not that it's like crazy difficult, but it is time consuming. So
yeah, Rocketti, how many Giovannis have you beat? I'm very curious. I'll let Civilian on base, but I'm okay with that. So there's some disagreement with the hardcore players that it's not that difficult. So
there's at least a few that agree with what is this guy's name? Falafelmeister 92. Because on Reddit you can guild posts, and that's where you actually spend real money to give the post an award. And he's got 5 guilds on here. So yeah,
I'm not going to do it, but I'm sure Terry Wolf is grounded out. I'm sure Alberto is grounded out, and some of the people. If this is what you do on the weekends with your family or just entertain yourself, it's probably not that difficult to do in a month to get to the reward. John, I think you're somewhere in the middle. Like, you hardcore play the collection part and some of the raids, but you don't seem to really go after. Of course, we both don't really PvP. We don't seem to go after something like this.
I'm more hardcore than you, but I still wouldn't classify me as hardcore. Not when
No, that's why I put you in the middle. I said you hardcore collect. You like to be that 1%er in the collection. I get that, but it's okay. First world problems and all that. But my gotcha is how I play. If I didn't have a gotcha, I'd still probably be level 20 right now. So
instead of level 39
and a quarter ish.
And how much more experience do you need?
You're a lot. There. I mean, it is slowly getting there. What's not getting there? Barry Folk texting me back. That's what's not getting there. By the time Barry gets this message, it's going to be too late.
You need
by the way, yes, your deer's on the screen.
2,800,000 left.
Are you stalking me?
Always.
Did you pull me up on your list and expose me to the Twitch world?
Yep.
Arms of service, man.
You've been exposed.
I'm being exposed to me.
And I need 3 million, almost 400,000 to get to 40 times 2.
Yeah, I'm at I guess almost 39 and a half. It's a little further than I thought. I haven't done gifts in a week or two. Yes, Mr. Tambourine, I was actually saying it before you typed it in. It's actually been a hot minute since things have changed in my life, and but things are changing again. So who knows? I might actually get to play more.
Well,
I do.
That's the one thing consistent in life is change.
The only thing that what somebody always said, the only thing that stays the same is change. Okay, so clone Pokemon.
Yes.
Now,
did you forget what they look like?
No, I just forgot that I knew we did the code dive and we talked about clones.
Yeah, so with Armored Mewtwo, well, and they had the announcement for clones too.
And they had the announcement, but are they actually in the game yet?
Yeah, they're in the game. Armored Mewtwo came out this week, and with him came the clones. And I've got 3 different pictures.
You're saying it's the Clone Wars that we're fighting?
It is the Clone Wars. It's true. It's the Clone Wars. And so, yeah, there's the pictures of each of them. Clone Blastoise, Clone Charizard, and Clone Venusaur on here with their tribal markings.
Can they be shiny?
I don't know.
Because I don't know either, but I want a clone shiny Charizard.
That would be pretty sweet.
Right?
The black Charizard with the tribal markings? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's true. But the clone Pokemon know their community day moves. So Blastoise knows Hydro Pump, Charizard knows Blast Burn, and Venusaur knows Frenzy Plant. So that's pretty awesome. Plus they look cool. especially like you said, the Charizard. And Rock Eddie says no, they cannot be shiny.
Okay. Well, I don't want them then. Or maybe I can just Photoshop them. Maybe next time when they bring them back. Yeah. It's still cool. So how do you get them?
Raids.
By playing the game? Okay.
By raiding. You know that thing you don't do?
It is what it is. I mean, I don't do it.
And
I don't do it.
Nicole mentions, she says, how many Pikas can we get a day? I don't actually know how many.
Oh Lord, too many.
But they're photobombing. The Pikachus are photobombing again.
Oh, well, they're yard bombing in my house. It's like, but oh look, there's an Eevee hat and a Pikachu hat. Yay!
Who needs a garden gnome when you can just get a Pikachu?
That sounded dirty, Joe. This is a PG-13 show, man. You need to.
You said they're in your yard.
You said you want to take a peek at me. I don't like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
You make me feel uncomfortable.
You make me feel like a Pikachu gnomon.
What the?
I make it work. Whatever I gotta do. Pokemon Day 2020 event. Now, before we do this, because you got this event in here, but you didn't say, what is Pokemon Day? Guess who did? I did. I went and found the article. Thanks, actually, Tony P. Henderson, who sent it to me. But over at Kotaku, as of today, Pokemon was born 24 years ago. It's time for it to still not have a job and live in my basement and mooch off of my food. Because it's 24. Oh, crap. I just realized I might have triggered Nicole because she's young and that right. Sorry, Nicole. But yeah, February 27th, 1996, Pokemon Red and Green were released in Japan, and the world has never been the same, which is actually true. A lot of times that's hype, but this is actually true. This is one of those things that redefined a generation, and it's still going very strong. So that's what Pokemon Day is. This is the birthday of the game, and we have this event that's going on in celebration in the game. And that's why we have the Pikachu and Eevee hats. And apparently the wild symbol has gone to white grass instead of green grass. Why is that a thing?
What?
You see on the infographic. Do you not see on the infographic? Or is that just saying they're supposed to be wild? Because the grass is not white.
That's just saying they're wild.
But the grass is not white in the game. So that indicates to me that they did something with the graphics like the 8-bit graphics, which are really cool. You should bring that back.
The grass is not white. The grass is not well, not here. We live in the south. If you go up north,
no, that's true.
There's a pretty big storm coming up north.
Yeah,
the grass is plenty white. All right, are we done talking about the grass?
We are. I don't know, Joe. You made it weird. What else is going
on? So there's all these Pokemon with the hats, like you said, Pikachu and Eevee and Bulbasaur and Charmander and Squirtle, all with hats. And Raid Day, that we've mentioned a couple of times, coming this Sunday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time, will feature Nidorino and Gengar raids that will have hats as well. Gengar is going to have Lick and Psychic as its special moves that you can also get via evolving. So there is that. We've already talked about the clone Pokemon that are appearing in 4-star raids, so get out there and do that. You can do 2 special trades a day during this event. And by the way, this is until March 2nd, so it's what? That's Monday? No, yeah, Monday.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is all until Monday, and yeah, fun times. Go get them. I actually, just before the show started, I hatched a Bulbasaur with a hat. Yippee for me? Question mark.
I mean, it's at least different. It's not just another Pikachu. The first day this thing launched, I opened up my thing and had an Eevee and Pikachu sitting in my yard and let the gacha capture them, and it did.
Nicole is younger than Pokemon.
See, I told you, triggered. Sorry. You know, when Pikachu is older than you, I really got nothing to say. I thought I'd have something funny to end that, and you know, you go out.
Yeah, but just remember,
play the best game you can.
Ash Ketchum is still 10 years old.
Well, there you go.
24 years later, he's still.
No, doesn't that make you sad? Like The Simpsons have been on for like 30 years and Bart's still freaking 10 or whatever age he's supposed to be. That baby will never grow up. Um, did you read the ad with Mewtwo there? Because I think some people will be interested in that.
The Mewtwo Strikes Back is on Netflix. That
Yep,
one.
that one.
Yeah, I got an email announcement for that. So
As of today, is live on Netflix.
So, Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution is on Netflix. That is the remake of the original movie, and so it's got updated graphics. I haven't actually watched it yet. I saw the original movie back in the late '90s, early 2000s. It was early 2000s, and yeah, I think I probably even still have the promo card that I got for seeing the movie in the theater.
Wow, people are calling us old in chat, Joe. But man, you just kind of threw that one down, didn't you?
Yep.
This is fun. It's fun enough. Yeah, I never can complain about free.
I'm not old. I'm experienced.
I'm the life, universe, and everything, baby. I'm good. I'm good where I am. Our clone Pikachu is showing up in your photos. He does. At least the picture they used, he doesn't have the cool tribal graphics like that. And at least not obvious.
I wonder what the difference between clone Pikachu and regular Pikachu is.
Yeah, because at least the graphic they use on this infographic, I don't see a difference. Other than that's obviously the male one because it didn't have the heart
ears. The ears
Black
are different. Ears. Okay, I see it now. Because I actually just caught a clone Pikachu. His ears, the black on the tip of the ears, are jagged instead of smooth on the end.
Are you bleeping kidding me?
That's the only difference I'm seeing. Because I'm looking at two different Pikachus right now.
I think I'm having a stroke. This just why? So dumb. So dumb.
Yeah, it should clearly have some tribal tattoos just like the other clones, right?
Yes. Yes. Get off my Pokemon. So dumb. Oh, that hurts my brain. I hate it. We are moving on. I really am mad at this now. Okay, Master League. So talking about PvP, you still everybody those who are interested, they still want the tips and tricks for the season that is coming up, TBD, right? Mm-hmm. So when we say budget picks, we're talking about the person that hasn't played forever, doesn't have the most powerful teams in the world, and it's the Fork Cows.
Yeah, some of these aren't really budget picks, to be honest.
Yeah, no, Snarl is a tough one to get. That's not a budget pick. I mean, that's not Snarl's the move. Snarl's the move. Whatever. The Dark Lord Sith.
Darkrai. No, I'm the legendaries are fine as long as you're not Charles and you actually raid. But I'm talking about like it's got man, I'm blanking on the evolved form of Gible right now. Gible and Riolu's evolved forms, Lucario and not Gabite. Gabite's the middle one. Garchomp, that's right. Garchomp. And so those two, Riolu and Gible are pretty rare. So being able to evolve one up all the way and have it as a pick, I mean, it's possible. Maybe you have one or maybe two, but I think all the rest are better as budget picks, quote unquote. So for Masters League budget picks, let's just go down the list. There's Dragonite, Darkrai, Mamoswine.
Yep.
And like I said, they did put Garchomp in there. And then Groudon, Articuno, Togekiss,
yep.
Tyranitar.
Got it.
Kyogre.
Nope.
Dialga? I'm blank. Is that... Yeah, Dialga. That is Dialga. All right. Rhyperior. And they actually put the shiny form of Rhyperior on there. Lucario. Seadra. Kingdra,
Kingdra.
and
Kingdra that stepped on the Lego.
Swampert.
Kingdra.
Yeah.
And Swampert. Yeah, I got a few of these, so I can see where it's about half a budget. It's not a real budget list.
They actually kind of ripped into the author just a little bit for exactly the same reasons that I was mentioning. And they actually, for the same reason you mentioned as well, they're like, the legendaries shouldn't be budget options because you got to invest a whole bunch of stuff into them and blah, blah, blah. But basically, what they went on to clarify was these are Pokemon that you probably already have and are decent for PvP.
Well, that's what budget means, is that you haven't put in a ton of evolving on them. You don't have 15s, but you should have some of these. And I've got what maybe 50% of that list, and I would count myself as that casual player that would need, if I was interested, would need a budget list. Yeah, it's about 50% budget. What about Ultra League and their counters?
Ultra League. So, for those that don't remember what the differences are, Ultra League goes up to 2500 CP, whereas Master League is whatever you want. There is no limit. But yes, so this is a source I went over last week. You pulled in an old source. How dare you?
I'm going to go to our list and see if it was marked appropriately.
How dare you?
Oh, I didn't realize it's a source because, you're busy playing arena games last week. That's why. Oh, look. It says source, not episode. Oh. Look at that.
Come on,
I think
Charles.
I hurt people's ears. Sorry.
Get it together. Get it together.
Look, I don't need to take grief off an Australian. I'm good. She's going to win the title. She put in a title that's totally trolling me, and I know she's going to win because it's actually a clever title. The trolls. So, fine. We just take some time. We got some other cool stuff to talk about right now, and we didn't take a break. So we'll be right back after this. All right, we're back after this. Awesome. Cool stuff.
But are we back after this? Are
we really? Are. Joe, don't even talk to me, sir. I see a big white yonder, the great white yonder, right there where there should be some blue text. I'm going to buy you some time, my friend, because that's the kind of host I am. I would never tell people you didn't actually pick random trivia. I'm going to buy you time so that nobody knows you're not a professional.
I always have random trivia.
You put on the wrong
every day.
Here, I got a random phone call. That that came in last week, but I had last minute.
And we have some emails too.
Cool, but this is if it's from the person I think it is, they're here tonight. So awesome.
Hey guys, so I want to tell you about my experience of the week. She was Lickitung Raid Day, but it's not about any shinies or anything. He did try to take down the Lickitungs with my 2 accounts, but I needed weather boost and it didn't happen. So when I was going back to my house, kind of defeated, I went in the gym that's near my house. I saw one person in the lobby, so I went in and we took it down, and I catch at least one Lickitung. But that's not the important thing that happened.
What's the important thing?
A guy came to me and asked me if I was playing Pokemon GO. And I say yes. And I already had a WhatsApp group ready because I wanted to establish a community here. So I added him to the group. I added him as a friend in the game.
All right.
And he told me his whole family played. So he added them to the group as well. So now I have a small community here.
Nice.
I'm really happy about that. Maybe now we can actually do raids and stuff.
Dude, that is awesome. That is really good. And that's our very own Fabian Mark III calling in. So that's very cool, man. And that is important. That is that a community that people like. Nicole was saying that she didn't really have a community and she didn't feel. I don't want to call her. She put it in chat, and I get how you feel. I think not being able to just go out and go, I can find all the friends and collect all the friends up and put them together, or just not having the people around you. It's now I'm with Nicole. I don't like people either. We've talked about that on the show. Yeah, I don't like playing with randos. And that's the thing. And so Fabian, to be able to find somebody that you can be friends with, and now he brought his family, and now you have a team. That's really cool. And then this weirdo Jacket K, who wrote in. Actually, I need to check out his podcast. He says he's been doing podcasts, so I need to check that out. Had quite an adventure yesterday. Started out the morning taking a quick walk around the park on the way to work. And what do you know? I found a shiny. I'll admit it's a little bummed. I wasted my luck on a community day shiny, but at least it's a nice color. And it was a Turtwig. It's a nice looking Turtwig. But the story doesn't end there. On my way home, I decided to revisit the park. You see, it's currently an onyx nest, and despite already having a shiny onyx, I thought it'd be fun to hunt for another one ever since it swapped over. So I've checked a couple of times in the past without finding anything yet, but I wanted to relax with a post-work walk. And I walk. What are you, skinny? And I passed by on the way home either way, so I went for a walk anyways. Before I could even start the walk, I decided to check the gym, but I misclicked because instead I was greeted by gold onyx. Funnier yet, the very next onyx I checked turned out also to be gold. Community day was one day away, and I was still raking in the shinies. He calls it gold. I call it puke green. Now, if I could only harness that luck to get a shiny I don't already have. Jacket K. So there you go. Yeah, but that was very cool. Thanks for sending an email. You can email us, show@PokemonGoPodcast.com to get your email read. The voicemail, like Fabian sent in, that's PokemonGoPodcast.com. And there's a little tab. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a minute. Joe.
Real quick before you get into that.
Joe. It's still a great white.
I overheard two people talking on Community Day about the color of shiny Rhyhorn, and they were debating on whether it was pink or bronze. What do you think?
Honestly, I'm gonna throw in a different one. I would say more. Oh man, that's a tough one. It does have a copper tint to it, a bronzish look. Bronze to me is a little bit darker. That's more like a copper, but I was thinking peach. When I saw it on the smaller screen, I'm like, wow, those really look peach. Salmon pink. Yeah.
Civilian on base says it depends on the phone screen.
Arizona desert red. Yeah.
Oh, someone says it's brown.
I can see it's a taste of brown for sure.
Saturated terracotta.
And she's not wrong. That is very much what it looks like. Oh my god, that's funny.
Nicole says, "I'm a girl. I know colors."
Hey, you guys!
I just want to hear his voice again.
Hey, you guys!
A taste of it does have a taste of brown in it, but yeah, it's not defined very well. And somebody said that Civilian says it depends on the phone screen, which is very true.
Rock Eddie says bronze. Yeah, it was just I was curious what other people thought, because I straight up was like, okay, it's bronze or copper colored, and I was walking by some people at the park and they're like, it's pink, no, it's bronze. But yeah. Anyway, you had a question for me, I think.
I don't know, do I? Because I see a great white empty void still on our professional show.
Well.
What
don't go towards the light. I know you had a stroke earlier, but don't go towards the light.
What time is it?
It's time for random trivia.
Otherwise known as Cheeky Nashville going, random trivia.
And this week, I wanted to talk about Clefairy. Throwing a curveball at you. You didn't even think I was going for Clefairy, did you? Did you?
I didn't think you were going for anything because it's still empty on my show notes.
So Clefairy and its evolved form Clefable are from Generation 1. In Generation 2, the baby form Cleffa was introduced. Cleffa is the star-shaped Pokemon, and yeah, it definitely looks like a star. Clefairy is the fairy Pokemon, as is Clefable. And they were normal type Pokemon up until Generation 6, when fairy type got introduced and they became fairy type Pokemon. Cleffa's Pokédex entry says that because of its unusual star-like silhouette, people believe that it came here on a meteor. If you have ever watched the anime, you'll know that they came here on a spaceship. And they crash landed on Mount Moon. So yeah, it makes sense that people would say that it came here on a meteor. So, but yep.
It's not the David Bowie Pokemon though.
It is not the David Bowie Pokemon. Cleffa and its evolved forms appear to be based on fairies. Makes sense. They are so Clef or Cleffa. The name comes from clef, which is a musical key, and then other people just say it's short for Clefairy, Cleffa, which is fine. And then some of its other names, Pi, which they think is a shortened form of Pixie, or a diminutive form of Pai, which is what Clefairy's name is in the Japanese. Clefairy's Pokedex entry says that its magical and cute appeal has many admirers. It is rare and found only in certain areas, which is definitely true in the first generation games since it's only found in Mount Moon. And even then, it is fairly rare to find. And I don't know what you're doing, but I can hear you putting stuff in your recycle bin or whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about, mister. I don't put show notes in the show notes.
Clefairy, interesting enough, was in the original pilot episode as Ash's starting Pokemon. And they made a last-minute change to switch over to Pikachu. So, yeah. And Clefairy was originally a very, very mischievous Pokemon. Not that.
Didn't he draw mustaches or something on you when you go to sleep?
No, that's Jigglypuff.
Okay.
And then Clefairy looks a lot like the Pokédoll, so the Pokédoll is probably based off of Clefairy. And its name, the Clef, comes from, again, musical key and then fairy at the end. Whereas Clefable, the name comes again from Clef and Fable. And Clefable's Pokedex entry says that a timid fairy Pokemon that is rarely seen, it will run and hide the moment it senses people. Because, well, it's an alien that's just trying to get home. In the anime, they literally are trying to rebuild their spaceship to leave the planet. So, they're trying to get out of there. But yeah, I figured since this is the 24th anniversary that I would mention the Pokemon that was originally supposed to be Ash's starting Pokemon.
That is interesting. And with their
Kilted pipe guy, I run and hide when I sense people.
Would they're leaving the planet once they figured out how to fix their ships? Would that be so long? And thanks for all the pineapple berries.
That's sure.
Tell me, you're not going to
go with. You're not. Oh yeah, I've.
Okay. All right.
Have you only seen the one movie? I've read the books.
I've read all 5 of the trilogy books.
Good.
Thank you.
All 5 of the trilogy.
Yeah, that's part of the joke. It's a trilogy, and he wrote 5 books of it.
Yeah, they are.
That's his. That's
They are
his
some
sense of humor.
serious nonsense. Yes,
Yeah,
Kilted
man,
Pipe
good
Guy. There are
stuff.
definitely books. I've
You got
it right here.
books. All right, we gotta get out of here, man. Oh, that was decent. It's all right for last minute dig. It's fine. Email us show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. As I said, PokemonGoPodcast.com. Go there. That's a nice version you got there of the Hitchhiker's Guide. Good. The Speak Pipe tab's right there on the right. You click it. Any device with the microphone that touches the internet, you can leave a message, and we'll play it on the show. It'll be awesome. Reddit is /r/Pokemon Go Podcast, Facebook /Pokemon Go Podcast, Twitter's at Pokemon Go Pod. As we said earlier, we record this on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast, and YouTube channel. You know, I got to check the YouTube channel. We're doing YouTube Watch. YouTube Watch. Because we need those people we need you guys to sign up. So I've got to go Google Giant Size Team Up or Pokemon Go Podcast. Giant Size Team Up gets you there faster. We're up by 3. We're at the 109. The last time I checked, we're at 107. So 3 more of you subscribe.
Hype train.
So thank you for subscribing. That's very helpful. We appreciate you doing that. Where can they find you on the web, man?
You can find me at Joseph_Ard on Twitter.
And you find me at Rock Got a Pod on Twitter and Rock Got a Podcasting across all social media. And tune in next week to hear Joseph say
Clefairy, Clefairy, Clefairy. They run around saying that all the time. It's actually kind of annoying.
And we're out. All right. A bunch of people here. Let me give some shout outs to the people I see. And you can pull it up, see if I miss anybody off the list. Alex Marcus, 503. Behemoth 1. LEP. Fabian, Mark 3. Kilted Pipe Guy. Kim's 3739. Lady Jasmine. Madden. Is how I'm going to say that one. Madden. Mr. Tamarine 19. Rock Eddie 33. Civilian on base. Squishy twitchy, fine. You're a real person. Us, Nate Scout.
He's a real boy now.
Yeah. Us, Nate Scout. I'm pretty sure the last 3 are bots there. VNK Virgo Pros win sock. Did I miss anybody?
Anybody?
Okay, it was 2 more. Whatever. I'm in the fly. I'm in the zone, people. What do you want from me? So, if you've not ever done this before, we've played the name game throughout the entire show.
There's a lot of names on here, or a lot of title suggestions.
This link that's here by Nightbot that says showbot.tv/channel equals Pokemon Go Podcast. You can click that, and that takes you to where you can vote. All you had to do is click on the one you want, and you can click on more than one. And if you want to take away a vote, you just re-click it again. But right now, it's in my contract to not get it right by Mr. Tamarine 19 at 5. Tied with Snarl as my favorite Pokemon by Nicole0991 at 5. I put in plus you have to care, and that's at 2. Kilted's got Charles Exposed at 2. Tamarine's got Grass Talk with Charles and Joe at 2. Nicole at 3 has got Why Are You So Skinny? That just moved up the list. Civilian on bases, but I am okay with that. A Taste of Brown is in there. Charles Doesn't Play with Randos, which I think actually made some version that made a title a couple years ago. Charles McAutumn by Fabian. And Have You Met Giovanni Yet? So right now it's still tied for first. It's in my contract to not get it right. And Snarl is my favorite Pokemon.
Every vote counts.
So yeah. And I'm going to be rendering our podcast file here. And that's the timer on this.
This is a voting year. Every vote counts.
Oh, don't. Somebody had a great meme. It's like me just standing here minding my business, and they had a big tuba in the person's face. It's like, so-and-so saying they're running for president. And it's, yeah. Nicole is up to Snarl is my favorite Pokemon. She's got 6 to Mr. Tamarine's 5. So go and vote. We've got 2 minutes. What else do you want to chat about before we get out of here, Joe?
Oh, well, I'm getting super excited for my D&D podcast. I don't know if you knew, I'm starting a D&D podcast.
You have a D&D podcast?
Not yet, but soon. Soon. Yeah, I'm getting super excited. We've got some more artwork that's come in, and the lore is getting finalized, and we're doing some custom subclasses, and no, definitely not botched version 2. No, no, that is definitely not my style. Um, so, but yeah,
I just want to see Joe straight faced and honest say just the middle level lines that they say, not the horriblest lines that they say, just the middle level, still offensive jokes, and that would just be the funniest thing in the world. Just because you're so clean, even when you're just talking, you're so clean cut. Just to hear you say something, it was like it probably sound like the end of the world. Like, oh my god, what is going out of your mouth?
well, so I played a one shot with the botched guys, and that was pretty much my first experience with them.
Oh, you played? Yeah, it was a GSU night. Actually, it wasn't technically botched.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
true.
2 of them, and me and Chris and you and somebody else.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I told them that if I did a one shot for them, I would probably put them in a city where every time they swore they took psychic damage.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yeah, that would last all of 10 minutes and they'd all be dead.
Yeah, no. It looks like Nicole's going to take this home. Snarl is my favorite Pokemon.
Kilted Pipe Guy. So they all die in episode 1? Yep.
Yes. Kilted, I'm assuming that you have listened to Botched with all the awesome stalking that you do on our Twitch channels. And I mean that wholeheartedly. It's awesome that you do that. I'm assuming you've actually listened to the Botched podcast, or at least seen their live show on Twitch. And I'm typing the title of that one, so I don't know if he's answering.
And they even got some sponsors at DragonCon this last year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the sponsors actually have carried over, and that's one of the reasons they went live. Was part of the thing was the sponsor said we'll do more if you do videos so people can see our stuff.
Okay.
So,
and they got some. Those dice towers were nice.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I don't play D&D. I'm just jealous in the sense that their show got them some really cool gear, and that I appreciate everybody who helps us out. The Twitch follows and everything else. Don't think I'm putting anything down. It's just it's that moment. It's like, that's really nice. And I go, what the hell would I do with it? I don't know, but that's really nice. Dig it.
Kilted Pipe Guy. Haven't seen them live. My liver still works.
Yeah, don't come to DragonCon, dude, if you want your liver to work, because it's blackout, man, at their show. It's not the greatest.
You know, you can go to their show and not drink.
Oh yeah, no, I go to their show and I don't drink. But he's Scottish. He has to. It's by law.
I didn't realize that was part of the law.
Ooh, this actually might be doable, man. I don't know how far away from the park it is, but I can get
Kilted Pipe Guy. The tickets themselves are the cheap stuff, or is the cheap stuff.
Yeah, that's the cheapest.
It's your housing for the weekend that's gonna cost you money.
That, and then eating, if you don't have a way to have food around, eating out is going to be a problem. And
yeah,
I don't mean drinking alcohol, just drinking in general. Bottles of water. I mean, it's con. It's hotel con. So it's a lot of extra going on there. But looks like I might could get a plane ticket and a hotel in Philadelphia for $241 total, just to go in Thursday, play on Friday, and come home Saturday.
Yep.
That's a thought.
See, if I went up to Philadelphia, I wouldn't even have to pay for a hotel. I've got at least three different places I could stay.
It depends on if Dennis should be settled by then. I could probably crash with him, but it depends on how far away he is. I mean, well, and how much just the
don't
plane
they live
ticket would
closer to
be.
Gettysburg though?
Yeah, they do. So I mean, that's the issue for me.
That's a little ways out of Philadelphia.
Yeah, I need to find where this park is. So I got some researching to do, but I've got to get off here and get on to another show. So I'm going to be over on twitch.tv/FGH Beyond with Sin Raven. Kurt is out tonight for various reasons. And Marvel Strike Force.
I know those various reasons.
Yeah, it's not great.
It is not great.
Doing what he can. So, oh yeah, I love that. If Dragon Con wasn't $100, well, Kilted Pipe Guys if I remember right, he's in Scotland. So the flight over here, the $100 is the least of your worries to get into the con, man.
I've got a guy at work that for a while every Friday would wear a kilt to work, like full blown formal kilt, which is technically against our dress code because formal wear is not permitted.
That's interesting. I actually might be buying a version, not the branded utility kilt because they're very expensive, but a version of a utility kilt here soon.
There you go. Or you could get one of those thigh bags. Did you see some of the people wearing those?
Yes.
I think. Why am I blanking on her name? Blood Crow Stories.
Ellie or Scott?
Ellie. Ellie's got
one. I didn't catch if you said her or him. That's so yep.
Yeah. Anyway, good night, everybody. Right. Thanks for tuning in.